Hey guys, today I got a new generator. You may remember that I just got a new generator like a month ago. However, I sold the new generator I got a month ago and got a new generator. So I got a new generator because the old new generator was putting out dirty power and I wanted to get a generator that wasn't putting out dirty power so I don't destroy any electronics and it doesn't make the lights flicker. So I ended up selling my old generator to buy this new one, and the deal actually didn't work out too bad for me because the old generator, usually they go for $1,600 plus tax, which somebody would end up paying about $1,850, but I ended up getting it on sale for $1,000, and by the time I had taxes done on it, it ended up being about $1,100, and I turned around and sold it for $1,000. So I only lost about $100 on it, even though I owned it for about 2 months. So in total, I only lost about probably $100 on the thing altogether. So I then turned around, once I got that $1,000 from selling it, I turned around that same night and ordered the new generator. So that generator has now arrived, and the new generator is an Energizer generator. Can't remember the exact model of it. So the old generator, if you hadn't seen any of the videos with it in it, it was a Furman 10,000 starting watt generator, 8,000 running watt generator, and my new generator is an 8,000 starting watt, 6,500 running watt, which is still going to be more than big enough to power this garage, which is what it's going to be powering, because this garage actually is only getting fed 30 amps from the house. So this generator will put out about 27 amps running, not starting. The surge wattage or the starting wattage, your inrush wattage, whatever you want to refer to it of, that is the 8,000. The only place I could get this Energizer generator was from Home Depot online. I had to order it online as they don't have it in the store. Now I am a little bit concerned about the reliability of this generator, as I haven't heard of Energizer making many generators, so hopefully it's going to be fine, but it was really my only option that wasn't going to be over like $5,000. Okay, that's a lot of me talking. Let's take a look at the generator. Well, I guess we'll open this thing up. Oh, interesting. This one does have GFCI protection. My last one didn't. There's our engine. 27 amps. So, not quite our 30 or 34 we got with the other one, but it'll be plenty for this building that's only normally fed with 30. 21 liter tank, so slightly smaller. 9.1 hours. That's at 70% load. I think at like 25% load you can get 16 hours, which is more close to where we would be. Slightly quieter than our last one, also slightly lighter, slightly smaller overall, but should put out clean power. That's what we want, Taylor, don't we? Clean power. Clean power! Really thick cardboard. It's good to keep these thick cardboard around. They're good for like kneeling pads and stuff, so I'll save that for sure. We've got the generator creature thing itself. More thick cardboard, never know, that could be good. I like the gas tank on this generator. Seems better protected than my last Furman one. But you do kind of expect it to be better, as the last one was $1,600 new. This one's, what, $2,000? So should be better. So that's our wheels. Okay, so far the things I notice is definitely nicer buttons already. Those are whatever. Nicer buttons. Plug covers are, actually those even snap on nicer, but nothing special, nothing too nice. It is nice that we actually have proper GFCIs, tamper resistant GFCIs. That's definitely nicer than the last generator. Battery's smaller, but that's whatever. Actually, maybe it's not. It looks like a nicer screen. Can't really tell yet, but I'm guessing that's a nicer screen. That was fun, wasn't it, Ayla? Ayla, you're not helpful here. You're really not. More protection on the fuel tank. That's nice. Fuel cap. Yeah, it's pretty well the same thing. Fuel indicator, same thing pretty much. Handle. So far, I like the handle a little more. I definitely like the handle a bit more. This whole side of it, this is where the exhaust came out of my last one, but on this one, it comes out here, which is kind of annoying for me because of where my gas or my exhaust port is on this building. So I'm gonna have to extend the piping over in there, but that is what it is. Overall, it seems a little bit nicer quality. But quality power is the main thing here that I'm concerned about. So let's put the wheels on. I guess we'll open up that wheel kit. Also, I'm not sure if this one comes with engine oil or if we'll have to get that separately. Not a big deal though if we do. See if our wheel kit, well, I know our wheel kit's in here, but we'll see if it comes with anything else. Okay, that's nice. It looks like it does actually. Wow, look at that. Fancy, fancy. Funnel. Oil here. Feet. And tires that actually have metal on them. Okay, this generator is definitely better quality than that last one so far. Actual proper tools too, like came with wrenches that aren't like paper thin. Much nicer, much nicer. So since the handle's on this end of it, we'll put our wheels on that end. Okay, so for these tires, by the way, this isn't a tutorial video. I'm not even reading the instructions. I'm just going off of what I think it should be. So, one washer on, and then tire on with this sticky out bit in. This can be a little challenging because of the weight of it. Then another washer. Okay. There's one side on, now we're going to do the other side. find it, like you're supposed to put the cotter pins on this way, but it can be easier to put them on this way and then turn them. And snap them the other way, and there you go. There's a bit of play in these wheels, but whatever. Okay, now it's time to put the feet on. Already these feet even feel more solid than that last generator. I'm not saying that last generator was bad. Like, it wasn't poorly built, it just definitely wasn't overbuilt, that's for sure. Wouldn't even say if this one is either. Definitely not by looking at some of the welds on it, but it's a little bit more metal in this one. Okay, we're now gonna put the oil in this thing. Guess we'll use this funnel they give us. Put a hole in it because this is just stupid. Look at that. Actually, it's a Phillips, and look at the screwdriver they give you. Multi-tool, how fancy is that? We gotta cut this little zap strap right here. And our positive will go on over here. We'll push this little cover back here. Okay, there we go. Battery's connected. Okay, time for the expensive part. Put gas in it. Gas is about $2.30 a liter where I am right now. But that $2.30 a liter is like $8 to $9 a gallon. So this will run perfectly fine off just 87 gas. I think I'm just gonna put some stabilizer in it, though. I'll have to get some, but stabilizer doesn't have to be added right away because it's to stabilize it for the long run. By the way, this thing does have this little filter in it, which is nice. I do like that it's got this little thing because already this kept some bits out of the tank. Did catch a couple things. So I put 10 liters in, that took it up to just under half a tank, so 10 liters. So it's a 21 liter tank. And I probably put in maybe closer to 9 liters. 5.5 gallons, half 5. I probably put in about 2.7 liters, and at about $9 a gallon where I am, it adds up quickly. So that's good that this generator is also supposed to be a lot more efficient than my last one. The reasons it's more efficient is, so the last generator I had was just a normal generator, works like most big industrial generators are that way too. Like the one at my school is a diesel, but it's the same principle where it has to hold that same RPM, because if it dips below, it won't maintain 60 hertz, and it has to hold 60 hertz. So it has to hold that RPM, which is usually either 1800 or 3600 depending on the generator. So it has to hold that whichever frequency or whichever RPM that is to hold that 60 hertz. So there's no slowing down. The generator has to hold that RPM the whole time. This one, being an inverter generator, it actually, instead of having that motor, that's basically a motor that's spun to create AC, this has a motor that's spun to create DC, and then it goes through an inverter and it's inverted electronically to AC, which that's how you get that nicer sine wave. So because of that, depending on the load on it, if there's not much load on it, it doesn't have to create a certain frequency. It's just DC, direct current, so it can spin that a lot slower with less power if there's not much load on it. And if the load ramps up, then it just will put more resistance on that DC motor, because the inverter is trying to invert more amperage. No, well, I don't know how to explain this clearly, but it has to invert. Yeah, it'd be more amperage because your volts would stay the same. So the inverter is trying to pull more amperage. There isn't any because it's not being spun that fast. So then it'll ramp up the actual gasoline engine and spin that a little faster, put more power into it. I believe that's how these work. Anyways, it's something along the lines of that, and that's why they don't have to spin. They don't constantly have to hold that same frequency, so they are more fuel efficient. Well, we connected battery, put oil in it, put gas in it. I believe we are ready to start it up and see how this thing works. I'm not going to start it up in my generator building as I have to pipe the exhaust separately, so I've got a family member in the HVAC industry, so they're going to bring me home some pipe or some flex. I don't know what he's going to do, but hopefully he'll be able to hook me up something to work there, or if not, I'll have to go just get it myself. I do very much like the handles on this one. Okay, so we are going to turn the fuel on. which is right here. On choke right now is on run, so we will switch that over to start. This is eco mode is off right now. We could turn that on. We'll see. And turn that on. Guess that's just our battery switch. No lights on yet. Guess we can start it up and see if it will start. We'll switch our choke over. Okay, I got it going again. It turns out I had the fuel switch the wrong way. When I thought it was on, it was actually off. Let's switch over power in here. I don't have, there's literally nothing on except for the constant little loads like fire alarm systems, exit light, that sort of stuff. That's literally all that's in here. Yeah, the thing didn't rev up at all. What a quiet little machine, holy cow. Oh, beautiful. Nice, clean, inverted power. You wouldn't even know it, but we're running off generator right now. Ah, shoot, this light fixture got kind of messed up. I did another durability testing video. I'm not sure if it's uploaded or not by now, and got kind of out of hand in here with some of the testing. Oh yeah, inverted power, awesome. How does it rev up if we do the heat? Okay, yeah, it revved up. But maintaining nice power, the UPS doesn't care. Let's see what we're putting out of here. What am I doing? 60 hertz on the dot, 123 volt. Beautiful! See how it runs the outside lighting too. Doesn't care at all. I'm gonna lock myself out if I am careful. I know it probably sounds loud while we're up close, and yeah, it is loud, but it's not like obnoxious, like I'm gonna lose my hearing. That's eco mode on. If you turn off eco mode, then it'll rev up. But unless you got like a high demand thing switching on and off, you might as well leave it off. 0 hours. See, I bet if you switch that off, it'll go up. Yeah. Here's our volt amp that we're putting out. That's crazy how quiet this new machine is, and that's not even, I mean, noise wasn't a big factor in me buying it. Like, my last one was noisy, but I didn't care because it would go in the generator building, right? So it didn't really matter. So this one's not, like, it's still louder than the old one was when it was in the room, but not by much. Like, if this one's only this much louder than the old one and it's not in a room, I can't imagine the old one, or I can't imagine this new one, how quiet it'll be once it's in the room. I just don't want to run it in the room because I might catch my room on fire because there's no ducting to the exhaust pipe. Isn't that right, Lala? That's beautiful though, how it runs the lights. I may have said this in my weird intro, but the total harmonic distortion value that the old one, the worst, it's, how would I word this? The total harmonic distortion on it was up to 25%, which is quite high. And this one is, I think, somewhere under 5. It might be like 3 or 4. Which is quite good. I'm not sure what my utility is. I tried to find out and thought I was getting somewhere with it, and then I just gave up because I didn't care that much. But there's no flicker to the lights at all. This is running them beautifully. I have no concerns. The UPS is happy as could be. As you see, the screen's off. It was on at first because of the fact that we disturbed it with power, with turning the power off, but now that we're back on this generator, it is as happy as could be because this power, as far as it knows, it's clean power. So I like this. I can sleep at night knowing my generator's not going to fry things. So yeah, that's awesome. I think we're going to switch back over to utility. So I think we're supposed to do oil change after every 100 hours, I saw. I usually like to run the fuel right out of the carburetor. I don't know if you could hear me there, but I said I like to run the fuel right out of the carburetor. That way it's not sitting in that carburetor. I don't know about much engines, but why can't they make the small generators like this fuel injected? That way you don't have carburetor. And I don't know, maybe there's a good reason for it. I really don't know much about engines. So there could very well be a good reason. Or maybe they're just cheap, I don't know. that fuel out a little quicker. All right, we ran that carburetor pretty well dry, so that's good. All right, well, I'm liking this new generator so far. Alrighty, guys, I put generator back away in here. The fan's been running. I probably put it away 3 hours ago, and I hung out with my friend and forgot to keep recording this thing. The fan's been running to keep it cooler in there, just because it tried to get warm at first. I think this one's taller. I don't know if it's any longer. It's probably not any longer, but I think it's definitely taller. I like the look of this one better. I like the colors better, but that's just me. All right, I'm sure it's a good enough temperature in here that I can put this cover back on. Cover back up our hole in the wall. So the thing that I got to do is extend that exhaust from there to back there where the exhaust actually comes out. Well, guys, so far I'm really liking this generator. The only cons to this one, okay, well, there's a few things that are worse about this one than the other one. So the number one thing for me is it's doesn't have the automatic or the remote start, so I can't start it with the remote, which, I mean, it's not a deal breaker, because if it's not like it's an always set up thing, like everything's plugged in. I still have to transfer the switch over anyways, so it's not a big deal. It's just I liked it more so not really for the remoteness, but that it auto choked it as well, so I didn't have to reach behind and choke it. I mean, not a big deal. I have to reach back here and push that. Like, really, I'm getting kind of complainy here. And the only other con to this one, I guess it's the only other couple cons is that it's less power, but that's not really an issue for what I need it for. And I guess it's more expensive, but it's already been paid for, so that's not really a con anymore. And this is bonded neutral, meaning the ground and neutral are bonded here on this generator, which I don't think that's a good thing. I think you're supposed to have them separated, but I don't even know here, because I've heard two sides of it. I think I'm right, though. I think this is a problem, and I need to unbond the neutral, because with it being bonded neutral and ground, if the main neutral was lost, hold on here. Yeah, because your neutral and ground are still bonded at your service, regardless of if power is out and main disconnect is off. It's still bonded to that neutral on those power lines there. And at your main service, right? So I think your neutral shouldn't be bonded, because if this cable here, you lost your neutral inside of there, but say not the ground, all of that neutral current, like your normal neutral current, would come back on the neutral through here, because then it could go through the frame and then back to ground. and then you could have your ground being your whole neutral path. Which for this situation, I don't think it'd be much of a problem, because the ground on this whole system isn't much smaller than the neutral. Like, it's not rated for that whole, you know what, it might be, because this cable is far oversized here. This would be good for, I think, something like 60-70 amps, and the maximum on it ever would only be 30. So, you know, it might not actually be a problem, though it's not really right. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I'll look into unbonding the neutral, undoing that bond, or let me know what you guys think. I'm not even that worried about it for now, but I guess I probably should do something about it. Yeah, anyways, new generator, new video of the generator. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, or yeah, leave those down in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.